Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video, we're going to do the review for the NRL Fantasy and NRL Sportsdeck teams for round 11. So at the time of recording, as you can see, the NRL Fantasy still is not open for round 12 yet. But that's okay. We can still have a look. We scored 876, which was a slight dip in the overall. We were 23.5k last week. We're now just outside 24k. Got a bit of a war chest there, as you can see, which probably doesn't help. But if we have a look at the team real quick, we've got, Harry Grant with 55. So I guess, that's sort of a decent base score for him. Brandon Smith with the 40. So coming off the bench, this week, playing like the last 55 minutes, I think it was, but in a losing cause, there was probably a lot of defensive work there. Isaiah Yeo with 58, so solid as ever from Isaiah. Hopgood, so we traded in Hopgood for Cam Murray, and I think they actually scored the same. So given, Hopgood's increased buy coverage around Origin and dual position and cheap price, I think it was a good trade. Jacob Preston with a 45, so, he's just ticking away there on the edge. Jackson Ford was out. We should have actually swapped him with Gajewski, but it didn't matter in the end. Nathan Cleary, so 77 as our vice captain, and Nico Hines with what would be an 86 as captain. So they were obviously the right choices for our side and probably some of the best choices going around. Excuse me there. Paul Almonte with the 50, so really solid performance. It was based off a lot of tackle breaks and runs. So, not a lot of attack, but, that's those sort of effort plays are rewarded in NRL Fantasy. Joe Manu with the 27, so a bit of an ankle injury. So I guess if there was going to be a trade this week, it may have to be the trade out to him. But we'll just wait and see on the length of injury. Nickel Clockstad with the 37, so excuse me, got coughs all of a sudden. Actually, if you look at the back line, they're all very consistent. So Nickel Clockstad 37, Miller 34, Buller 36. So I guess those fullbacks getting involved, running the ball, maybe the odd try assist or goal kick in Miller's case, would have boosted that score. So that's handy. You would have liked a bit more, but take what we can get. Uh, Damien Cook with 57 on the bench, so solid. He's leaked a bit of cash since the start of the season, which isn't ideal, but that's fine. And then I guess our the rest of our bench is a lot of our sort of Origin holds, or round 13 holds, I should say. So Jakey Granville with the 31, sorry. Will McGregor with 31 as well. Tommy Talau with 21, and Jack Kajeski obviously taking forward spot there with a 42. The other three all on buys, being from the Dolphins. So I can't really do a lot of movement this week, or yet, because it's still locked out. But I think the plan is to actually try and hold trades this week. Obviously, Lemuelu will come in for Manu. Toa and Nicarima, they obviously won't come into the starting side, but could easily slide up or down the reserves list, because Kajeski will come in for Ford and Talau will come in for Nickel Clockstad, given the Warriors are on the bye this week. So we'll find Katoa and Nicarima will slide up into the reserves there. We might actually have 18 this week, just quick count. So yeah, those two out plus Manu. We could try and find a replacement for Manu, but I mean, at centre, yeah, I think the two you want are him and Lemuelu anyway, so we'll just save a couple of trades. Gagai's been awesome, and I guess Graham has been too this year, but obviously, his Supercoach scoring isn't reflected in NRL Fantasy. Jack Bird obviously is that solid edge centre option. And I guess, they do have a nice buy schedule, the Dragons, so maybe him to Manu would be a trade. Simoko's been good this season, but, probably not going to look at him. After that, there's a few injuries. Holmes should play Origin, you'd assume. Hobbo is inconsistent on the wing, I suppose. The Hammer, cheaper option. We do like the Hammer, but again, could be playing Origin. Actually, where is? Not that I want to bring him in this week, but he's way down. Nah, surely I've missed him. Where's Kiraz? Oh, he's wing fullback. Okay, yeah, of course he is. Yeah, so yeah, he could be a spicy one, I think, in a few weeks. What was his? Because his Supercoach score was disappointing, but 37, that's all right. Fixtures. Yeah, so he's come back from that injury with a couple of 30s. He had a couple of big 90. That's unreal. Yeah, so I mean, he's definitely the number one target for round 14. Actually, I know the other one that might be worth a look. Billy Smith, averaging 61. Nice. Yeah, it's only in the centres though. So I was going to sort of think maybe could try and upgrade to Lau or something, but then we wouldn't have the cover for our wing fullback. So yeah, um, maybe we let that one go through to the keeper. Again, it depends on Joe. If Joe Marnie's out long term, I think maybe Billy Smith is the answer because he'll lift in price and then he doesn't play in round 13, which isn't ideal, but we can then flip him to a Kiraz for not much money. Perhaps would be a pretty handy option. But I think as much as possible, it's all about saving the trade. So that's why I thought I'll just record now. I'm not really going to do any trades. But if you look at Sportsdeck, this is the one where things are going much better. So 79 ranks up after 1,038, so well above the average of 900 or just under 900. So yeah, pushing up almost to the top 150 is pretty nice, even if it is only a smallish competition. But as you can see there, most players are doing quite well. So Grant, Haas, Tarpany, we've covered in other videos. Rudy Kamani, so he pumped out a good score this week. Olaquatu, 45, that's nice. Yeah, Captain Hines, so was tempted to loop Cleary 73, but glad I held out. And then, Manu getting 33 was good despite the injury. Kalen Ponga with the 79. Obviously, the Knights' big win helped there, so that's worked out really well too, I think. So for this week, he'll swap over. Warbrick will hang on to. He's had a couple of good weeks, so he's making some money. Um, yeah, I mean, probably the reason why we banked all this cash was we wanted to upgrade Luke, so we're going to do that. And we're going to bring in Marshall King. So we'd love to have him in Super Coach, but hasn't quite worked out. So we're going to have him in our sports deck side. So now instead of playing Nico Clockstad or any sort of back, we can upgrade all the way to Marshall King, and that looks amazing. Captain Ford. We must have got Tommy Talau score or something this week, which is a bit flat. So do we go Udik Manu, maybe Schuster if he's playing. Warbrick. Who's Melbourne playing? The Dolphins and the. Oh, hang on, we've got Lemuela here. Well, actually, let's put him in the. Oh, he's going to swap with Manu. Of course, Manu's injured, isn't he? uh, we'll take your pick, I suppose. Maybe we go Stefano. Cheeky chance of getting a try. The Cowboys aren't going too flash. Well, they beat the Dragons, I suppose, and beat the Roosters. Maybe they're going better than I considered. Uh, Maybe, yeah. We'll just bank the safer score this week and we'll go from there. All right, but just a short, sweet one to go through those other teams for those that are following. I know not the most popular video in the repertoire, but just yeah, get it out there for those that are interested. So if that is you, please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. comment, if you've got any thoughts. I do have a trade. I've still got a boost up my sleeve, which is pretty rare. Um, and yeah, let me know what you think. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.